Hey everyone, it's Chad with Turf Organics here. First thing, I want to thank everybody for reaching 1,000 subscribers. Today's going to be a bit of a different video, but it's very, very important. So what we're going to be going over is how to measure your lawn to figure out how much fertilizer you're going to need, and then how to research fertilizer and find out what's really in them and what you're really getting out of the fertilizers. And I'm doing this on the computer today because you can do all this from home on the computer, which is awesome. So if you're not interested in those things or you already know that information, this video, it's going to be a little bit longer than I normally make, so the information is not going to be good for you. But if you have no idea how to research fertilizers, how to find out how much to use, this is perfect. Most fertilizers aren't made for St. Augustine and Zoysia lawns. They're made for the cooler season grasses because there's a lot more of those. So it can be very deceiving looking up products that are made for St. Augustine and Zoysia grass. So let's get into it, and first let's figure out how to measure your lawn. So this one's going to be easy because we're just going to go to Google Earth for this one. So you'll click on Google Earth, it'll pull up, you'll launch Google Earth. This is great. I don't think a lot of people know that you can do this. So check this out. You'll go to the search bar here. This is where you'll search for places. I'm going to use an old address of mine, and we are going to go ahead and measure that lawn. Once you find your property, you're going to go here to the left to measuring distance and area. Meters, if you know meters, great. As you know, we don't use meters here. In our industry, we do everything off of square footage. After you switch it to feet, then you're going to measure out the lawn. Now, it doesn't have to be 100% perfect. As you can see, the property lines here are a little blurry, but this is your place, so you will know. And again, you see the trees blocking, but it's totally okay. It doesn't have to by any means be perfect. You see I'm cutting through there, and back. Boom, we have an area closed, and now it's going to tell your area in square meters again. So you'll just switch that to square feet. So boom, you know this, your front yard is 1,700, I would round up, 1,800 square feet. Which is great. Write this down because once you have this information, it's always good to use. And Google Earth is free, which is why it's awesome. So you'll mark that, write that down, and just click Start New, and just go from area to area. And like I said, you know your yard, so spots that are blocked are okay. Like I said, go around the beds the best. But I mean, we're talking this area is very, very small, so don't even worry about that. So 420 square feet. So you'll add it all up and find out the square footage of your lawn. Boom. Now you always will know how big your lawn is, and you know how much fertilizer you need to buy. That quick and simple. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now that we found the measurements, I'm going back to Google and let's research some fertilizer. So I'm going to use Home Depot just because I know everyone can have it in the area. By any means, this is not an advertisement for Home Depot, or do I recommend buying the products from them. It doesn't matter where you get them. I would get them where you can get the best price. I just decided Home Depot is a good option because most people have a Home Depot around, and I want to use relatable examples. So we'll type in their fertilizer. I want to separate it by categories, and I couldn't here, so I found here lawn fertilizer. So let me try that search in the Home Depot site. Perfect. That they have brought me here. So here is some fertilizers. We're going to be picking out the best fertilizer to use in the spring. We can find something here for the summer, but what's the main one to use in the spring? Now here's some don'ts. Do not, and I preach, do not get a weed and feed. If it says it treats weeds as well, it's a waste of money. Now, if it says it prevents weeds, that works. Now, that can work. Pre-emergence work great as a granular. Post-emergence don't. Post-emergent herbicides actively treats the weeds. Pre-emergent prevents the weeds from growing. Do not ever, ever, ever buy a granular post-emergent herbicide. They do not work well, and it's a waste of money. So right away, we can rule out this triple action. Gone. It has the prevention that we want. Or so we can click on it. We're going to rule out this triple action right away because it says it kills weeds. Now, let's say, even though you do want to try this, how do I find out more about the product? So what you're going to do is you want to scroll down. See, look at this. It tells you this bag covers 10,000 square feet. So let's scroll down and find some more grass types. Ultra feed is safe for all grass types. That's already a bad sign. A weed and feed with herbicides is not safe for all grass types. There's no herbicides that work on all grass types. So that's already a bad sign there. And then look, the bag advertised 10,000, but now they're telling you it's 8,000, 2,000 less. That's why go down and read the information. Now here's more about it. Killing weeds. Here's the weeds it kills. Triple action. Kills weeds, prevent crabgrass. These are all good buzzwords. Just be very careful. For uses, now this is really important of what the uses are for. And would you look at that? There's no St. Augustine. Kentucky blue, ryegrass, fescues. We don't have those here in Florida. Why? Why would they sell this? We do have some Bermudas, but they're advertising as good on all grass types, when obviously it's not. And look at this. So here we go. This is the real information. This is the pre-emergent. Now this is okay. This is what's not okay. 2,4-D burns St. Augustine grass. It's not made. Look. And here it is. The active ingredients are only compatible with bluegrass, fescue, and tallgrass. Then why are they telling you up here that you can do Bermuda, Bahia, and centipedes? When down below, they're telling you the active ingredients are only compatible with those 3 grasses that only grow up north. This is an awful product for down here. It's totally falsely advertised, and all it takes, look, all the information's right here below, but what they want to sell you is right here, is on the bag. Take the time and do the research. I promise you. They're just trying to sell you on this this fertilizer. Awful stuff. It tells you season use, fall and spring, 1601. Where's the potassium? Potassium is the root developers and helps the plant photosynthesize. That's how they create plants. That's how the plant creates energy to grow. Why are you only using 1% of that? This should be a 1608. This is all around a bad product. Stay as far away from it as you can. And look at that. You found the information. They want to try to write you the good stuff to buy it. But when you come down to the real information, it's totally different from what they promised. And look, pre and post emergent. We like the pre. We don't like the post. Let's move on to the next fertilizer. So scary that they sell this stuff here, and you know that's why when anyone burns their lawn, it's not. I feel bad for them because most people are just falsely advertised. So here we go, weed and feed. Let's already rule that out. Another triple action, kills, already out. Now granular insecticide can help to prevent pests. So this is something that can work. Let's see what the active ingredient is. Oh my gosh. Atrazine. This is such bad stuff. And bifenthrin will not. This is embarrassing. Bifenthrin will not prevent up to 6 months. I mean, I just can't even believe they sell this stuff here. Again, huge no-go. I'm sorry, this video is going to end up being longer. Starter fertilizer. Those are some good buzzwords there. Okay, starter fertilizer, green smarts. Speeds root growth, improves a nutrient. Okay, all that's good stuff. Covers 5,000 square feet. All right, let's see what the numbers are. For one-time use in spring, see 10-8. Whoa, 10-18-10. What the heck is that? Guys, no. All-purpose grass, Bermuda, bluegrass, centipedes, fescue, St. Augustine, floratam, nitrogen, phosphate, and potassium and sulfur. Guys, see, the 10 and 10 are fine. Ideally, in a spring fertilizer, you're going to want the nitrogen to be twice as much as the potassium, but having them equal is not the end of the world. But you will never, ever for your lawn want to use this middle number right here, which is phosphate. Phosphate creates, too much phosphate creates the algae blooms and the red tides that we've seen here, and as well as it creates the blooms. So this will promote seeds, and that high of a percent of phosphate is totally useless. Like a 10-2-10, awesome. 10-5-10, the 5 would be pushing it. I would never do anything more than 5 on phosphates. A 2 to a 0 is okay. The first and the last number are the most important here. Bonus S. Stay far away from bonus S. It's got that nasty atrazine in it. And by the way, though, one thing you do want to see is slow release. Timed release, a slow release is always what you're going to want. So that's extremely important. So that's a benefit that this does have. 3400, you'll never, people burn their lawns with this so much. It's unbelievable. No warranty, so they're not going to care what happens to your lawn. 10,000 square foot coverage. Remember, so we measured the lawns out, so that's good to find that. If it does actively treat weeds, it will have atrazine in it, but even not, 34 nitrogen's outrageous. As a professional, 24 is as high as we use, and that's on specialized jobs doing specialized things. The highest we personally go out on our customer yards is at 10% nitrogen. That's it. 20 is okay, but you never, especially as a homeowner, don't even mess around going above 20 because you're just asking for mistakes to happen. Again, another not good product. Wow. This is quite embarrassing. A lot of Scott's products. So here we go. Halt's Crabgrass and Grassy Weed Preventer. This could be good if this is a pre-emergent now. Hold on. We might be getting into something. Again, this stuff's all face value. Don't even worry up here. They're trying to sell you on it. Even here, this is a product overview that's written. This is the actual information that you want. It covers 5,000 square feet. We already know how to measure the lawn. This is now, what's great is you can look up these active ingredients yourself and see more about them. So active ingredients, especially if you're conscious about the products being put down in your lawn. I wish I could give you better, more organic options, but at least knowing the right fertilizers to use and how much to use is a really, really great step in over-fertilizing or overexposing yourself to something you don't need to. So this is great. So this looks like it's just a granular pre-emergent. Now this can work really, really well. Kills crabgrass, weed, and feed. This is, guys, they just told you on there it's a preventer. This does not actively, this has no post-emergent qualities. This will not kill any weeds. Sad to see that that's some false advertisement there. It says this is for fall, the weed type Bermuda grass. This is, it can't be a slow release. There's no nutritional value. Pre-emergent. This is what you want. It's a pre-emergent type. So this will, and again, here we go. Covers St. Augustine grass. And Zoysia grass, awesome, great, it's on our list. So this is an amazing pre-emergent to prevent weeds. Now, this can be something to use in the spring and the fall. This will prevent weeds from growing, so after you fertilize your lawn, you can load up your spreader with this and go out and apply it over the lawn. Now here's the quick rules to pre-emergence. I'll make a full video on this, but here's a quick tip to the pre-emergence. Don't apply them in bare areas. Because if you apply them in bare areas, nothing will grow. The runners won't be able to grow, and the seeds won't be able to grow for the Zoysia, and the runners for the St. Augustine. Those will not be able to grow. So when this is where the notepad comes in handy. Do not thin in bare areas. Do not apply a pre-emergent. It's you can totally skip. This has no fertilizer values. NPK, nitrogen, phosphate, potassium. I know potassium's with a K, a little confusing. So that's no fertilizer. You'll follow this bag, covers 5,000 square feet. So if your lawn's 5,000 square feet, use the bigger bag. If you're wondering what settings to put on the spreader, it's really tough because every spreader's different. Hopefully the bag will tell you. If not, go light. And if you know you're supposed to use this whole bag and by the time you're done with your yard, you still have half a bag, you know you can go over the yard again. So, again, do not use in thin to bare areas. Use this in thick turf only, and this will help prevent weeds from growing. This is some good stuff here. It doesn't tell me the percentage of pre-emergent, so I don't know how effective this product will be. I personally never used it, but I'm familiar with the active ingredient, and I like everything this product has to give. So this could be a really good option to use. As a pre-emergent, crabgrass and grassy weed preventer, and again, Home Depot, $18 a bag is a really good price. Nothing triple action. Gosh, I'm sorry, guys. It's gonna be hard to find a fertilizer here. Greenview Fairway Formula Weed and Feed and Crabgrass Preventer. Let's already get out of there because of that weed and feed word. But also look. No Zoysia, no St. Augustine. 2,4-D will totally burn St. Augustine. Yeah, so you can't even use this here for any. Oh, sorry, there is Zoysia on here. Look, so no St. Augustine grass on here. So they're selling this here, and it's mainly good for up north grasses, but there is Zoysia, but I would even stay away from this product. Mainly what I want to show you is how to get to the truth and the information. Don't go to the store and ask the guy there. You may get someone that knows what they're talking about, but most likely you're not going to. See, in several of them, there's a lot of things promised up here, and as you roll down here, that doesn't become true. Well, here we go. What's this now? All-in-one lawn food. Protects against future problems. Feeds and strengthens the health. That's interesting. Let's go down and look. Again, don't worry about all that. Let's get to the real numbers here. Covers 5,000 square feet. It's dry fertilizer. Okay, so this is like just a fertilizer. Oh my goodness. A 3204. No way. It is slow release, so that's good news. But gosh, that's a lot. This isn't nearly ideal. Way too much nitrogen, not nearly enough potassium. But like example purposes, this is just a fertilizer. This is great. The nitrogen's high. You have the square footage, so you know this information. So applying this over your lawn and then getting the pre-emergent product and applying that over the lawn separately, that's okay. Do not mix them together and apply the fertilizer and then the pre-emergent right after. The products won't affect each other. Let me mark this here. It says 20010 is going to be your ideal spring fertilizer. You want to get as close to that number as you can. It looks like it's going to be difficult to do, but that's the good, well-around number. That's no good. St. Augustine doesn't grow by seed. Wow, guys. Ironite's just iron. Now, that's great. So, I didn't find many good spring fertilizers, and I'm sorry, but I found... Get as close as you can to a 20010, and if you have to use those high nitrogen ones, that's okay. Just use them at the lower rates, and then apply the pre-emergent after. Now, after this spring mix, you don't have to do too much. Keep applying those fertilizers can create thatch and too much growth. Even though you're super happy and your lawn looks great, applying too much is not a good idea. Now, what you want to do, we call it spoon feeding in the summer. So in the spring, you want to give it its big boost. Give it its nutrients, let it help it come out of the winter and start to grow and be thick and healthy. After that, minimal amount of nitrogen will be necessary. What I recommend is to get like milorganite or ironite. Very low actual nutritional value. As you can see, the NPK is a 101. But it's called ironite, so it has a bunch of iron and will help with the color. So this will spoon feed the lawn nutrients where you're not using crazy amounts. So find a bag that has a bunch of micronutrients in it, milorganite, ironite, things like that's what you're going to use through the summer because it's so hot. Using those heavy amounts of nitrogen and things like that are very, very dangerous. And don't let the names... Also, another thing is don't let the names fool you. Starter fertilizers, turf builder, fall lawn food. Watch this. You want to see something bogus about this fall lawn food? I already know this. Watch this. So fall. Oh my God. Look at this. Okay. What's this? No, neither. This fall fertilizer would be the best thing I have found for the spring. 32010. Way too much nitrogen, but we're getting the potassium there. Again, for St. Augustine and Zoysia, we're covered 5,000 square feet. Check. Longevity 6 weeks. Don't worry about that. You kind of want to season fall. This will be way better. Slow release. That's great. But this would be way, way better as a spring fertilizer. So honestly, out of all of our research now, we didn't look at every bag. $20 is a decent price too. The best I found is this 32010 because it's got at least enough potassium to give it something. So that's really funny. So don't let the names throw you off. Now, I showed you how to do it, which is awesome because it's very confusing and difficult at first. There's so many things thrown at your face and people say so many things. It can be overwhelming where you just buy a bag and start doing it. Every product has a label. So even if you're not on the Home Depot website, find the label. Read the label. It will give you all the information. And that was the total point of this video, because now we found that the fall fertilizer you can go buy at Home Depot will be better applied in the springtime. I'm sorry the video was so long, but this information was very important. And if you didn't know this information and you wrote it down and now you're using this, this is forever, lifetime useful. And if you guys have any questions or were confused with anything, we went over so much here, so I totally understand. If you have any questions or anything, please leave them in the comments below. I try to answer every comment, even if it's simple just to support us. I thank you so much. So please feel free. I love to answer your questions and to hear what you guys think of the videos or any suggestions. But I really hope you found this useful. And again, thank you everyone for the support. I'm Chad with Turf Organics, and have a great rest of your day.